a win. I don't know, by knockout or submission. That's what I'm going to go for, but I expect 5-minute round of war at very high pace.
It is the one we have waited our entire lives for.
KLRG 880, the Little Rock Giant. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen of Arkansas? It is time for the 5th round right here on KLRG. In the house, Craig Anthony, and of course, as always, my partner in crime, Nathan Kirby. What's up, brother?
Good morning, everybody.
Man, I'm pumped up today. How about you?
Yeah. What'd you call me? Like I'm on meth? Let's go.
Man, this guy, he comes in here this morning, and he's talking. Anybody that's all right, you remember the old Micro Machines commercials with the guy who would speak at 1,000,000 miles an hour
Yes.
talking about Micro Machines? That was Nathan this morning.
Okay, I've never been an auctioneer, but I was ready to go. Let's go.
He was, man. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen of Arkansas? MMA news right here on KLRG. The 5th round, we've got a huge show lined up for you today. I've got Budo Jake from BudoVideos.com going to be on the air in about 10 minutes or so. We wanted to start off. We just got a lot to talk about. Man, we got a lot to talk about. Last weekend, Nathan and I, we were up at Mount Magazine for what was the 2012 Winter Martial Arts Retreat and Summit. And, man, what a blast, was it?
It was awesome.
I'm telling you, for the next one, we will definitely have a lot more heads up to give to everybody. Because
We'll have a lot more people there as well.
Yeah, and this one, hey, we still had about 70 people on the mats per day, and man, it was just a beautiful view. Got to wake up in the morning and just look over God's creation. It was beautiful up there. Plus, phenomenal training. Nathan, dude, props, man. Great class. Nathan started off everything with a bang, literally ground and pound class with Nathan, and learned a lot.
That was fun.
And throughout the day, we got to do so much different stuff, from judo and stand-up. Oh, man, I can't even go over the entire list of stuff that was going on. Big props to Caleb Plank of Inferno for putting such a class act retreat together, man. It was awesome. So, Caleb, big shout-out. Thanks, brother. Man, we got so much to cover. Okay, let's recap right now. Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate. We watched it. Incredible.
I just opened up, I just uploaded a picture on our 5th round page of Ronda Rousey. So she's one of my favorite fighters.
Man.
She's a lot better looking than Rampage Jackson.
I
think she could probably beat Rampage Jackson.
I was just
don't know.
Say, I think if you put them two together, yeah, you start howling until you get dropped on your head by a 135-pound judo master, man. That chick is bad. So the big thing is she armbarred, not just once but twice. Miesha Tate got caught in an armbar, and both times the arm. Now everybody said, "Oh, she broke her arm." Lo and behold, she didn't break her arm. Nothing actually broke. This week they were doing MRIs. I'm actually waiting for the report to come out with the MRI results because I'm pretty sure that that Tate had torn ligaments and tons of issues probably with that elbow. She's more than likely going to be out for no less than 6 months, guaranteed. But the arm actually went at like a 45-degree angle the opposite way of what your arm really should. Rousey's armbar was crazy. Now the big question is, in a fight of that magnitude, fighting for the title, do you tap or do you let it snap?
Okay, great question. This is what I usually tell people. We're in here for a fight. Okay, we go to Nagas, we go to a submission tournament, and it's a submission-only tournament, or, you know, listen, we train our guys to teach them how to submit people. That's what we do those triangle drills for. We do all these drills to learn how to submit people, not to lay there, not to hold position. I know it's part of winning, but I'd rather get my guys losing because they tried something than to win by an advantage point. I understand there's different people thinking different things. You can scold me later, but we're not here, you know, we don't teach our fighters to turtle.
Exactly.
Okay, in a real fight. So we go for it. And I say go for it. So we're talking about the NFL bounty, right?
That's it.
All NFL bounties going on. It's fun. I think the NFL bounty was all in fun. I kind of gave a bounty to all my fighters. I said, if you break a bone, you get $100. And it was known. It was just one of those, you know, we're here to finish a fight. And I don't tap. I would not tap. In training, tap. You don't, you know, you got to keep healthy.
Training.
But, man, this is huge. That was a big fight. I wouldn't have tapped either. Props to Misha, man. Yeah,
big props to Misha Tate, Ronda Rousey, new champ. Congratulations, 100%. That woman is phenomenal. And we called it. We called that fight. Now, what's the future of what's going on for the women's championship? Now, Ronda Rousey's going to be set up to line up against
Sarah
Kaufman.
Yeah. Well, did you see Sarah that night?
Sarah's face. Wow.
She still looked better than Frankie Edgar.
She did. But I mean, your face gets scuffed up. We were on the mat last night. How many times you just in training, you'll get done with training and you've got marks on your face from the mats or someone's gi rubs against your face. It happens.
Frankie Edgar's eye was swollen shut. It wasn't a rub.
No, that was
he had no eyeball.
Kaufman's face.
She looked like
she got in a fight.
Hey, you guys. She looked like Sloth off the Goonies. Baby Ruth.
Chunk. You love Chunk.
Rocky Road. Hey, I'm just saying, and you didn't see a mark on Ronda Rousey.
No.
You didn't see a mark on Benson Henderson. But wait, there's going to be a rematch.
There's going to be a rematch.
All right, we won't talk about that now.
Yeah, man, but we will later on in the show.
My shake.
We are going to be talking about it. We're also going to be talking about Visalis, and we're going to be talking about all types of. I got Budo Jake coming on here very shortly. So we've got, more fights coming up. We've got UFC news. Man, just so much stuff to talk about today with the Dos Santos versus Overeem fights coming up. Frankie Edgar versus finally he's going to get his rematch against Ben Henderson. Again, congrats to Ben Henderson. Not only did he fight, a week later he was competing at an Arizona BJJ tournament, rock and rolling, which it really impresses me because UFC usually has it in their contracts that their fighters are not allowed to compete in anything outside of the UFC. Ben Henderson went off and he was competing in a gi tournament. I really would appreciate if Dana White kind of needs to lay up a little bit on something like that, because Nick and Nate Diaz were going to go off to fight at Mundials and at the Pan Ams, and they keep being told no. Man, how awesome is it if you get a chance to fight against some of these guys? They got mad skills. Lots of guys do. Amir Sadala, great BJJ guy.
Yeah.
Matt Serra, great BJJ guy. Tons of great BJJ fighters that I would love to see in some of these big major tournaments that just can't do it because they're under contract. But that's what you pay when you're making the big bucks, I guess.
Well, then also we've got Ultimate Fighter. Ultimate Fighter's
tonight.
Coming up with Uri Faber as a coach and Dominic Cruz.
Tonight.
Does that start tonight?
Tonight.
Friday night?
Yep. They're running them on Friday. Yeah, because the thing is, they're running them on Friday nights, and it is live. The fights are live. Yeah. What you'll see from Living in the House is all going to be like the tape stuff that they're going to show during the episode, but the fights themselves will be 100% live, which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot better than they had a problem trying to keep it under the hat. Mm-hmm. When something is revealed, those fighters, if they got kicked out of the house, they're kicked out of the house weeks in advance of the airing of the show.
Yep.
And it was hard for them to keep their mouth shut.
That's right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take ourselves a quick break. On the other side of the break, though, the man, I've got Budo Jake, going to be on the other side. So stay back, hang out right here for more Fifth Round on KLRG. Are you ready to learn the greatest, most effective martial art in the world? Do you want to get in shape like you never have before? Are you searching for the champion inside of you? Then look no further than Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu. Hi, I'm Craig Anthony, host of the Fifth Round here on KLRG, and I want to tell you all about Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu. Located at 5200 JFK in North Little Rock, Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu is your premier Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. With champion instructors and a winning team, you can achieve all of your fitness and martial arts goals. Danny Cooper and Matt Smith are two of the top jiu-jitsu instructors in the state of Arkansas and will train you to be a champion. Nemesis offers jiu-jitsu classes for kids, adults, as well as MMA training at its finest. Is it time that you made a choice to change your life? Give Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu a call today at 501-420-4827. That's 501-420-4827. Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu. Come train with the best.
All right, well, we're back on live. We got Buddha Jake coming on the phone right now. We're going to be talking to him and talking about what he's got going on. He's got some awesome videos out there. You can follow him on Twitter at BudoJake. It's BUDOJAKE. I'm tweeting him right now. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Kirby MMA. BudoJake at BudoJake. Is he on?
Yes.
BudoJake.
What's going on, sir?
Man, doing good.
Man, on the line right now, Budo Jake from the one and only BudoVideos.com. Man, honored to have you on the show this morning, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Man, usually I kind of found this funny. Last night I'm sitting here thinking about this. I'm like, you know, I watch all these interviews of Budo, of Jake just giving phenomenal interviews with all these great fighters from around the world, and now you're the one on the other side of the spotlight getting interviewed.
Right.
Well, tell all of our listeners who don't know anything about Budo Videos, give everybody a good heads up on what you got going on.
Yeah, man. The thing that we spend most of our time doing now is going around the country filming episodes of my, I guess you could call it a documentary show called Rolled Up, where I train, interview, and spar with some of the legends of our sport, of jiu-jitsu and MMA.
Gosh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
And then we have another show called IBJJF TV, where we go around filming the highlights of some of the best jiu-jitsu tournaments in the country. And the other thing that we're spending a lot of time on now is live broadcasts of some of the biggest tournaments. Like this weekend, we have the Abu Dhabi trials here in San Diego, and that's going to be streamed live worldwide as well. So just a lot of internet content these days is what we're spending our time on.
Man, it's fantastic. And you guys just now started doing multi-mat technology. Give us some insight on that.
Yeah, we spent so much time and money developing this. As far as I know, nobody else has done this in any sport. What it allows is for us to show every match of a tournament, because some of you guys that might not have been to a live big tournament, there can be 12 mats going on at the same time. And in the past, we could only show 1 or 2 matches at a time, but now we're going to be able to show every match. If you were at home, we'll be able to choose which one they want to watch. So no excuses not to be able to see your favorite grappler.
Man, and it's great. For a lot of people that that are just getting into jiu-jitsu, they want to see some of these big tournaments, because it is difficult for a lot of people that live, like we're here in Arkansas, to just up and come out to California and watch the Pan Ams or Mundials and watch all this stuff, or even participate. I think it's a wonderful way for people to be able to, hey, you could finally tune in, because you're not turning this on ESPN and catching all the coverage. You've got to have someone like you guys, and congratulations, man. You guys do a phenomenal job on the coverage, and I'm really looking forward to being able to stream this, the upcoming events on March 10th and 11th for the Abu Dhabi World Professional Jiu-Jitsu Trials. It's going to be great.
Right, and it's my biased opinion, but I think it's true. It's a lot more enjoyable to watch it at home, especially if you can hook it up to your big screen. So you get the commentary and you get the good camera angles. When you're there live trying to focus on 12 mats, it's really overwhelming.
So you have commentary on every match?
Well, we can't do it on every match because there might be 12 going on at the same time. You can choose any of the mats that you want, and then there's going to be like a main one.
Okay, so this is live stream then?
Yeah, on the live stream, yep.
Okay, see.
So if you're watching the main channel, you'll see what we think is probably going to be the most exciting matches, along with live commentary from Caleb and Sean Williams.
So yeah, when you're turning in, like I've watched those, there could be 12 fights going on, but you've got maybe a Robert Drysdale or someone huge fighting against someone else. That's the one, obviously, that's going to collect the most attention, and you're going to really cover that one.
Exactly, because not everybody wants to be bouncing around mat to mat. If you just want to sit back and enjoy the show, we'll do the switching for you, and we'll use our opinion on what we think you're going to want to see.
Definitely.
Hey, were you out there? Gokor has a history here in Arkansas. Were you out there February 11th? Were you covering that tournament?
No, I was in Houston that weekend, so I didn't make it. But Gokor's an awesome guy. I've known him for a long time. Incredible teacher, and doing a good job with his tournaments too.
That was rolled up episode 1, actually,
right.
with Gokor. Phenomenal. That was like, blew me away when you walk in there. And I've been told Hillary Williams, obviously you've talked to Hillary quite a few times from here in Arkansas. And the first time I ever mentioned Gokor, she's like, wow, don't step into his gym. It's a bunch of mean Armenians.
Right. Certainly it has that reputation, but still I don't think that should stop anybody.
No, not at all. I personally want to step on the mats with the meanest, craziest guys, because that just makes you a little bit better, I guess.
Well, tell
Absolutely.
us. I wanted to ask you about a couple things. Everything is Budo. So tell everybody what's Budo mean?
Yep. Budo means martial arts in Japanese, and I've been training the martial arts my whole life. Never really got into sports too much, but when I was for the past, what is it now? 20-some years, has been doing nothing but training martial arts. So when we started the business, there wasn't even any DVDs. It was all VHS tapes. So we call it Budo videos. We're importing all the stuff from Japan. Things changed, obviously. Now we have everything from gis to rash guards, shorts, anything that a martial artist might need. But we're stuck with the name. But now the name makes sense again because we're producing so many online videos.
Videos. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you on behalf of Craig, myself, all the fans of mixed martial arts here in the state of Arkansas. Of course, we broadcast on the web worldwide. I want to thank you for coming on our show. We're a brand new show. We've only been going for a while, and we've already been blessed with the presence of a lot of people on the phone. So let's get some shout outs for you. I know this is what you do for a living, so we can, get everybody to follow your Budo blog. Where can people tune into you? Where can people get a hold of you and become part of your mass following? Yeah, on Facebook, just search for Budo Jake or Budo for Life, which is the Budo Videos account. On Twitter, @Budo Jake. And as far as watching the show, you can watch it. Older episodes are on YouTube, but the best way to watch it is on iTunes or Budo Videos online, budovideos.com/online. I like watching on iTunes. You can hook it up to your TV or whatnot. But, yeah, those are the best ways. Okay.
Well, Jake, I greatly appreciate your time this morning, sir. Anything? What's in the future for you? What you got all this stuff going on right now? What's in your near future?
Yeah, I mean, business side, we got the Abu Dhabi trials coming up this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 5 Pacific time. Got the Pan Ams coming up at the end of the month. The World's coming up on the beginning of June. New rolled-up episodes, new episodes of IBJJF TV, monthly, if not bi-weekly. And as far as that on the personal side, man, just training my butt off. That's what I love to do.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, we greatly appreciate your time this morning. I know it's a little bit early out there in California versus here in Arkansas.
Hit the website one more time.
BudoVideos.com.
BudoVideos.com. Budo Jake, thank you so much for what you've done for this sport. I found you on Twitter. I'm finding you on Facebook. I can't wait to just get more people to tie into what your vision is, and we can align ours together.
Absolutely. Keep up the good work with the show, guys.
Thank you, sir. Have a great morning.
All right, you too.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Budo Jake, man.
Woohoo!
That was awesome.
That dude, hey, man, people want to see. I like Budo Jake as a wonderful, a good guide for what people need to do if you're looking to help expand jiu-jitsu in your area. Look at what one guy has done. He created a great team, and everybody. I don't see a great fighter that doesn't have a great team behind him. Period. There's no champion in the world in mixed martial arts or jiu-jitsu that doesn't have a phenomenal team built up behind him. The guys of the Greg Jackson camp, you get awesome fighters out of there. John Bones Jones, period. Great camp behind him. Nate Diaz, huge camps behind him. Budo Jake, man, he's got a great team who puts together some phenomenal coverage of all these jiu-jitsu tournaments. If you are looking, if you're not, even if beyond jiu-jitsu, if you're looking for martial arts apparel, magazines, videos, clothes, everything martial arts, that's where you can go. I think you might even be able to order yourself a full-on MMA cage from BudoVideos.com. But yeah, check it out on the web. Just so much stuff. BudoVideos.com. Big shout out.
You know what I like what he's doing? That's what I want to do. That's what we talked about doing locally. and is getting to these other gyms, taking our teams, taking the teams that we've grown up from, trained under, you know, in the past few years, and setting them completely aside and just going in as a student in these other gyms and being trained by their instructors and being able to give a no-nonsense, you know, account and recount of what the training was like. You know, we want to do that locally, but man, can you imagine being able to go out to Matt Serra's gym? Can you imagine being able to go up to TriStar? I mean, let's fly to Canada. There's a few places I don't care about going to train, but man, that would be awesome.
But it's
he's
a
definitely
networking.
doing what I want.
It's a networking, and if you have an opportunity to roll or to go to a seminar from some of these different martial arts instructors that come into Arkansas, take the opportunities because they don't come around very often. As far as I know, Hoist Gracie is supposed to be coming in a month or so to Gracie Baja, Jacksonville. When you get to some of these gyms, and if somebody comes in, network with them, talk to them, sit there and become friends with some of these guys, because trust me, when you go out, if you have a chance to go out to California, New York, New Mexico, wherever you go, these guys, they want to see you at their gym too. Everybody opens their hands up and said, hey, come join. It's like a big hippie movement of jiu-jitsu and martial arts.
Well, that was cool to have him on here.
It was great. Had a fantastic time.
I can't wait. We've got a few other people that have said they want to be on our show. Pat Militich contacted me. Rodrigo Gracie contacted me. He's going to be on our show, so I can't wait to get them on here next week. Sean Shirk, he should be getting on our show. He's going to be coming to Arkansas, to Fayetteville. We were going to get Caleb Plank. I wonder if he's listening. He's probably listening. He's waiting for us to.
Of course he is.
He's listening. You know he is.
Well, if you want to start talking about some of the upcoming UFC events, I will call Caleb right now because we've got time.
Oh, well, I'll talk about that. You know, I won't discuss everything, but this is a huge thing for me. The former UFC champion, Frankie Edgar, gets his rematch with Benson Henderson. I'm not happy about this. I've been public about this. I don't think he deserves a rematch. If it was a little closer fight, if he didn't look like he'd been through a meat grinder, I'm not taking anything away from Frankie, okay? So don't roast me, everybody. I'm not taking anything away from him. Yes, he was a champion. He lost his crown. Benson Henderson, and I'm not a Benson hugger either, okay? You all know that I'm an Anthony Pettis fan. I'm trying to say as unbiased as I possibly can, but I love the dude's background. He's been in Taekwondo. I've been in Taekwondo for the last 15 years. That's where he came from. But he's an exciting fighter. When he fought Clay Guida, I was so sick and tired of seeing that big thing of hair lay on top of him like a mop. And I'm just wrestling him, just laying there doing nothing for 5 rounds or for 3 rounds. I was bored out of my gourd. I'm
a Ben Henderson fan.
I'm a fan. I'm just not a hugger, you know?
No, but I understand what you're saying. Here's the problem. If you continually, if the UFC continues to do this, and this is in the lightweight division, and it's only been in the lightweight division, if you continually keep giving out these rematches, you might as well just make that title a best 2 out of 3. Because
why don't we just do rock, paper, scissors?
There you go.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Paper, I win.
Yeah.
I win.
You know, it gets old. On the line right now, someone who's probably got his own opinion about rematches and about a lot of other stuff, because he is the opinionated Amishman.
Amishman.
Caleb, what's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's good. What do you got for us?
Well, you know, just being awesome. It's tough. It's a full-time job. But,
it is. It is.
You got to do it with the Amish power.
Amish power.
Amish power, man. Haven't you heard?
Okay.
Seen the picture of Craig.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen an Amishman for real?
No.
Okay.
I have.
I lived up there.
About it.
You guys look it up.
Idea.
Look it up on the internet. I lived 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from Kelowna, Iowa. Look up Kelowna. Okay, they got a cheese factory there, and they have the horse and buggies. I mean, it is a full, drawn-out Amish community up there. And I drove by them every day. You'd have to drive 15 miles an hour because people wouldn't pass their horses, and they'd leave messes on the side of the road. So listen, I know what Amishman is. I know the Amish power, true Amish power. Okay, what's up?
I don't think I have true Amish power then, I guess. I don't have a horse or a buggy or a cheese factory, so.
Yet.
We'll work on that for the next winter retreat.
Yeah, exactly. Next winter retreat, I'm going to show up with a horse and buggy so everybody can see that I'm understanding the Amish power.
Pulling a trailer full of mats.
Yes, yes, because there was a lot of mats. Hey,
Okay, tell us about Sean
that.
Shirk. I want to know more about Sean. I'm mad at him because I've texted him, and for some reason, I just didn't get a text message back.
Well, now, he was out of the country for a little while. Like, he took a trip.
Excuses. Do you know that satellite way up above the sky?
What?
You know, the satellite that orbits? That satellite gets cell phone reception everywhere. It's pretty crazy.
Hey, man, when I go to Brazil, like, I have to get a different plan so my phone
listen to
works.
him
So
dropping.
he may not
When
have
I
done
go to
that.
Brazil.
But I don't remember. But I remember he sent me an email that he was going to be out of pocket for a while. So I wouldn't worry about it, man. Don't sweat it. I mean,
All right.
he's not dodging Nathan Kirby.
All right, all right.
But no, man, Shirk, he's coming back. You know, he's been injured. He's had these surgeries and some issues the last 18 months. He's going to make a UFC run this summer. He's getting his ducks in a row. I've had a couple of guys go up and train with him a little bit, so he's getting prepared, you know. And he's got some friends in Arkansas. He's got one, you know, his instructor, Greg Nelson's good friend with another instructor in Arkansas, Mark McFan, which you guys met this weekend. They're good buddies, so he's got some ties to Arkansas. He's been here at least 4 or 5 times over the years with appearances and seminars. You know, I've had him in a couple times. So, you know, he's wanting to kind of see what Arkansas is doing, what Arkansas is up to, MMA. And, you know, like I told you last time, man, he's going to make a last run, but he's also kind of thinking career-wise he's going to have to grow above just being a fighter.
Okay, when's he coming?
March 24th.
Okay, Caleb, understand, you're my favorite Amish guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Kansas City March 23rd, 4th, and 5th. I'm just letting you know it's not because I got anything against Fayetteville or Sean Shirk or the Amish Power.
That's it. You're going to have to cancel.
No way. I'm going to walk across the stage in front of 20,000 people, buddy. I am not missing this. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Where?
In Kansas City, there's a huge, it's for that fitness convention for Visalis. I'm regional director, baby. I got my...
You need to bring all those people to Sean Shirk. That's what they need to do. We need to move that to my gym.
No. I'm good where we're going. But listen, I appreciate the offer, and I wish you the best of luck on that tournament. March 24th, Fayetteville. Caleb Plank runs Inferno Martial Arts up there. It's a huge, beautiful gym. If you guys haven't been to it, if you guys are in the area listening in, please check this place out. It's beautiful, very professional facility. Sean Shirk, former UFC champion, is going to be there.
Caleb.
Should be good. Have you heard about Soteropoulos coming back?
I'm not a Soteropoulos fan. He's
What?
no.
He went 7-0, man. You know, he had a couple little hiccups. You know, broke his toe recently. He had a little surgery on both of his knees. Yeah, he's making his comeback from this summer, so the 155 division is going to be stacked.
It's already stacked. Are you kidding me? They're going to give him 1,000 rematches anyway.
That's true. This rematch thing's getting a little out-handed.
Okay,
Like, you know,
okay. So we've got a friend. Now, Caleb, you're my best friend in the world now. Thank you. See, he even said it himself. It's getting out of hand. I'm sick and tired of this rematch thing. Anthony Pettis is going to have to fight at least one more time before getting his title shot.
That's right.
Hey, dude, Soteropoulos went 7-0 without a title shot.
Listen,
There's like
you're a
guy that
Soteropoulos
can do
hugger.
that.
That's what this is. You come on here to talk
I'm
about
just
Sean Shirk,
using
not
him for an
Soteropoulos.
example. I'm using him for an example. If you're in the 155 division in UFC, you're going to have to
Do we
win
have a
like
mute
8
button?
fights in a row and have like 3 fights to the night to even be considered for a title shot, and then wait a year and a half after the 3 rematches happen so that you might get available to do it then. But,
Okay.
yeah, I think the rematch thing is getting a little out of hand. But, you know, they're throwing such a fit about this scoring system on the decisions. It's making people kind of be, well, we need another fight. It wasn't definitive. It just, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, thank you for your opinion. Caleb Plank, everybody, thanks for calling in. Amish Power.
Thanks, guys. I'll be
Like-
seeing you soon.
You know
Later,
what I'm
brother.
excited about? I'm excited about Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem. UFC
Okay, here you go.
146.
We'll finish this off right now by saying, what is definitive? I remember looking at Frankie Edgar's face, and it looked like someone took a ball bat to it.
Yeah.
And I looked over at Ben Henderson, and he was still smooth as silk, baby, because he took that fight 110%. I'm going to give one big shout-out right now. We've got listeners. I'm going to tell you right now, dude, We've got listeners all over the country now.
That's awesome.
I've got listeners. If you go online, check out Mirkatsu. Mirkatsu does gi designs and stuff for tatami gis. He is phenomenal. He's in the UK, and he's listening to our show. He streams us and pulls our stuff up. I got to give another big shout out to a gentleman by the name of William Evans. William Evans is a fan of ours.
What up, Will?
Dude, he's in prison and checking us out, and he's listening to our stuff. We have fans all over the place, up and down, so I'm sending big love out to William Evans down in Dermont, Arkansas.
Dumont.
What's up, brother?
Dermont?
Dermont. So, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on the 5th round right here on KLRG.
Ding, ding, ding.
Most effective martial art in the world? Do you want to get in shape like you never have before? Are you searching for the champion inside of you? Then look no further than Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu. Hi, I'm Craig Anthony, host of the 5th round here on KLRG, and I want to tell you all about Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu. Located at 5200 JFK in North Little Rock, Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu is your premier Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. With champion instructors and a winning team, you can achieve all of your fitness and martial arts goals. Danny Cooper and Matt Smith are two of the top jiu-jitsu instructors in the state of Arkansas and will train you to be a champion. Nemesis offers jiu-jitsu classes for kids, adults, as well as MMA training at its finest. Is it time that you made a choice to change your life? Give Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu a call today at 501-420-4827. That's 501-420-4827. Nemesis Jiu-Jitsu. Come train with the best. Kickskin, the premier MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gear company in the world today, is now the official fight gear of me, Craig Anthony, and my show, The 5th Round. Since 1994, Kickskin has brought to the world the best in Jiu-Jitsu gis, fight short, rash guard, the original #1 rated Valley Tudo glove, men's and women's apparel, and much, much more. Christine Cyborg Santos, Matt Serra, Kendall Grove, and Ben Henderson are all part of the Kickskin family, and you can be too. Call today at 888-KIK-SKIN. That's 888-545-7546. Or go to kickskinmartialarts.com to get the gear that the pros use. Kickskin. Let's get ready to rumble! Be prepared to be tapped out with MMA news right here on KLRG. What's going on? We are back to the 5th round. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We've had an awesome show so far.
Who's on meth now?
Yeah, this guy comes in here and he gives me a go. If anybody's had a go before, it is 5-hour energy plus awesomeness.
Minus all the caffeine.
Yeah, it's just awesome. MMA news. Okay. Here we go. UFC 146, they've been building this. We're going to talk about UFC 145, but right now I just want to say, because they've announced a couple good fights. UFC 146 in Las Vegas, we're looking at Junior Dos Santos, the champ, fighting Alistar Overeem. Massive fight. Massive fight. I'm really looking forward to that fight. As expected, UFC heavyweight champion Junior Dos Santos, who's 14-1 MMA, he's 8-0 in the UFC, will make his first title defense on May 26 in Las Vegas. UFC officials released a couple days ago, they revealed a long-rumored booking which sees Dos Santos face former Strikeforce champ Alistar Overeem, who earned the shot with his recent win over UFC champ Brock Lesnar, former champ. The fight headlines UFC 146, which takes place May 26 at the Las Vegas MGM Grand Garden Arena. And now, okay, but he's also coming back from he had a torn meniscus in his left knee, but he says he's come back, he's 100%, he's ready to rock and roll. He is undefeated in the UFC and currently boasts a 9-fight win streak. Your opinion on that fight?
8-0 in the UFC. Junior Dos Santos, listen, there was something when Kane, I don't know, Kane looked scared to me. Kane looked scared when he was going to fight him, when they offered him that shot. You know, I know he's on the big stage. I understand that, but there's just there's a video when I fought. I was 7-0 when I was fighting, and I was fighting for a #1 contender fight. And I got in there, and I was ready to I'm pumped, ready to go. Nobody believed that I was going to win. And my opponent walks in. He's 6'6", 250 pounds, just jacked, and he walks in, and you could just see something on his face. I didn't see it that night, of course. I didn't get to watch it until I watched the DVD a year later, but you can hear the commentary. One of the guys I was supposed to fight for the title, he even said, look at him. Look at his face. So I beat him. I could tell. And I knew that night that Cain Velasquez was not going to win that fight. There's something about him. Anyway, we got to talk about Cain Velasquez because he's fighting Frank Mir.
Man, that's another one of those great fights that's on that card that night. This is a stacked heavyweight card. Now, Frank Mir, Cain Velasquez. Could it be a better matchup? These guys are going to be, they'll be tit for tat. They got their own strengths.
Yeah. But I'm already calling Mir on this one. I mean, if I was a betting man, I'd definitely bet 50 push-ups on it. Frank Mir, I think he's going to catch him in a submission. But the thing is, I was there live when Frank Mir knocked out Chet Congo. Nobody saw that coming. Yeah. Nobody saw that coming. So he's been working on his striking. He's not as fat as he used to be. When he came in, I nicknamed him Fat Mir.
Frank Mir has hands.
Yeah.
That guy's got boxing like nobody's business.
Right.
He really does.
The thing is, with Brock Lesnar out, see, Brock Lesnar was Frank Mir's kryptonite. Okay?
Yep.
And now that Brock Lesnar is out of the picture, I think Frank Mir has every opportunity to regain his UFC title. Call me crazy. It's been done before. But I think Frank Mir is on his way up. The thing he has to do, he's got to get through Brock's nemesis, who is Alistair Overeem. Mm-hmm. So if Frank Mir beats Cain Velasquez and Junior Dos Santos beats Alistair Overeem, that means Junior Dos Santos meets Frank Mir.
Yes.
Frank Mir wins. Alistair Overeem beats Junior Dos Santos. Junior Dos Santos loses. I think then Alistair Overeem is going to fight Frank Mir. Frank Mir will lose. That's just, of course, my humble opinion, but
but it's a good way to look at it. I mean, there's some guys match up differently. Yeah. They just do. I think Alistair Overeem has met his match when it comes to this fight. The funny thing is we talk about the way some guys look. Some of these fighters look mean. They just straight do look mean. But I look at Junior Dos Santos, and he's like the guy you want to come over and barbecue with you. He's like the happy-go-lucky Brazilian. Hey, I'm coming party. Hey, I don't understand what you say, but hey, let's go. And the dude, then don't get in the cage with him because he'll knock the snot out of you because he's got boxing for days. Other fights on that, so you got Frank Mir, Cain Velasquez, Roy Big Country, not so big country, but big country Roy Nelson.
But he's going to fight heavyweight.
Yep, Strikeforce heavyweight Antonio Bigfoot Silva.
Now, this is me. I wish somebody would do this right now. Don't wait till UFC 146. Test him right now. He's on steroids. Mark my words.
Who?
Silva.
Bigfoot?
Yes. I've never seen him look like this, and I remember a time. I'm a Miletich product. I trained with Tim Sylvia. This is, okay, when he had his heavyweight title, when he was a heavyweight champ, when Matt Hughes was a welterweight champion, when I trained at Miletich, he was a different guy. And then after he lost his belt, I'm training up there at Miletich, and he's just, slower again. He's just, he's just not the same as he was before. But I was there, and I got to see Tim Sylvia transform his body, and he popped for roids when he won his title. And what did he say? He said he used it because he wasn't trying to get, athletic performance enhancement. He's always been fat. Come on. This is crazy. But I'm going to tell you right now that Antonio Silva, he's going to debut in the UFC. He's fighting Roy Nelson. He's on steroids. I'm going to tell you right now. Test him. Dana White, go test him. There's another fight that they're possibly thinking about right now. I haven't heard anything. Craig jumped off the phone real quick. You have to find this out for me. Griffin versus Ortiz. 3.
Oh, you want to find out when that fight is?
Is it locked? They were talking about making that fight in the works for 146, for UFC 146.
I will see if it's locked. I don't think that's been the rumor. That's what's going to go on. Not seen the lock yet.
Okay. Well, anyway.
The other big fight that's on that on that card.
Mayhem
Miller, CB Dalloway. And my prediction, loser has no job in the UFC.
Well, yeah. Mayhem has not had a good history so far.
No, not.
And I'm a Mayhem monkey, baby.
Me too. I mean, huge. Love Mayhem Miller. CB Dalloway, man, another Arizona State guy that I really want to back up. I wish the best for both these guys. I think the only way that they both keep their jobs is for 3 rounds. They go in there and beat each other's faces in, and it goes 3 solid full rounds.
Beat each other's faces in. Yes! I love it. That's MMA.
That's it.
And then you shake their hand, you say, good job, and then you get a praise God afterwards, and then thank all your family and friends.
And then you get to go to their gym and train with them.
Become training partners.
That's it. Okay, more upcoming UFC events. UFC on Fuel TV, Saturday, April 14th, 6 p.m. The headliner, Alexander Gustafsson versus Thiago Silva. Plus Brian, the All-American Stan versus Alessio Legionnaire Sakara.
Now, I like that fight.
That's going to be a good fight.
I'm a Stan fan.
Okay, Paulo Thiago is on that fight card, but beyond that, I literally in my notes, I put plus more because, yet again, it's another card that kind of reminds me of a giant pay-per-view undercard. It just does. I mean, yeah, that's great. There's a lot of up-and-comers, and it's a good place for them to be on television, but...
Okay, well, we got to hit 145. Let's just talk about 2 big fights because we got a guest in the house.
Bam.
So,
That's right.
All right. UFC 145 is...
Jones
versus...
Evans.
Oh, I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait for John Jones to put his fists and his elbows and his knees completely through Evans' melon and shuts him up for good. I cannot stand that guy. I respect him as a fighter. You guys got to understand. I'm not a couch potato, okay? I'm not a guy that sits around that screams at the Okay, I sit around and I scream at the television. I really do.
He's lying, ladies and gentlemen.
But I've been there. I've done the 3 times a day training, getting ready for a fight. You know, my wife is like, when are you coming home? I'm training. I'm in Cedar Rapids. I'm in Bettendorf. I'm in Davenport. I'm back in Washington. I'm coming home. And then my fight lasted 16 seconds. I know what it's like to train, but I am not an Evans. I'm not an Evans fan. He needs to shut his mouth. And John Jones is going to do that. Thank you.
We will rock through this real quick. Roy McDonald versus Che Mills on that fight. Brendan Schaub versus Ben Rothwell.
I'm excited about that. I'm not a Schaub fan. I am a Rothwell fan. North Star, I am a Rothwell fan. And I think Rothwell, if he gets his... He's either out, and he will never, ever fight in the UFC again after this. I guarantee. If he loses, he's done.
Period.
Mark
Hominick versus Eddie Yegan. Mark Bosek versus... Matt Wyman, that'll be a good fight.
Here we go.
Miguel Angel Torres versus Michael McDonald.
See, I get Miguel Torres on here also, by the way.
That's it. Of course, I read Michael McDonald. Good fighter, of course, I think. Michael McDonald from the 1980s. You know?
Okay.
Travis Brown versus Chad Griggs. Matt the Immortal Brown versus Stephen Thompson.
That'll be a good fight. Travis Brown, let's not look over Travis Brown. Travis Brown, he's up and coming too. He's making his mark.
We got Mac Danzig versus Efren Hencho El Mexico.
That's going to be a good fight.
Escudero, huge fight. Love that fight lineup right there. Marcus Primish versus Maximo Blanco. And a couple others on the fight card that are going to be some of these guys I can't pronounce their name from Japan. Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
No, okay. We got to talk about Rampage.
Yes.
This is a big thing going on. I miss him. I love him. I hate him. We go back and forth. You know, I think he's all about the bling and what's he want and all this stuff. But he's been great for the sport of pride. He loves his Japanese fans. I think he alienated many of his American fans by did you watch the post-fight press conference with Rampage Jackson, Dana White?
I totally missed it.
Man, it was unbelievable. First of all, they have all these massive fighters, all the Japanese fighters. They've got, Dana White's up there, and he looks, of course, impatient as all get out. He's just looking at everybody, almost wanting to say, nobody's got anything, then I'm leaving. But, they've got this huge press conference, and this is the first time ever, it's UFC 144, first time ever Dana White has everybody on the stage. He's got him up there, and he goes, they deserved it. Nah, he's just wanting more publicity for this. It was huge, one of the largest UFC attendances in history because of the size of the facility. Anyway, Rampage Jackson is talking about his Japanese fans. I want to do this for my fans, All he talked about was his Japanese fans. Buddy, you better move to Japan because you just alienated 90% of your American fans by talking like that. I mean, anyway, but go ahead. Rampage Jackson is one and done.
Yep. Quentin Rampage Jackson, as according to MMA Weekly, says he's one more and done with the UFC. After a series of messages on his Twitter account, it certainly appears that way. The former UFC light heavyweight champion, who has dropped his last 2 bouts in a row, says that after one more trip to the octagon and he's exiting the UFC. You know what? Love Rampage. Time has come and gone. Time to go. Okay. Real quick, Nathan, do you want to do the 3 minutes of fury before we get to our We have to, because you know what? When we get to our health and fitness segment, which is coming up right after this, we're going to complete this show with health and fitness. We got a special guest in the house, and it's going to be awesome. So you got 30 seconds, baby, and here we go. I get to go for the first question.
All right.
Will Nick Diaz return after serving his suspension?
Yes. Yes. Reason why? He draws fans. He's a huge, huge draw. Just like Junie Browning in The Ultimate Fighter, he was just nothing but nuts. He was a huge draw. What's happened to Junie Browning? Nothing. He was just ratings. He's just a pimp. Dana White is just a big pimp.
He's going to be serving time in Phuket, Thailand for starting a fight. That's where Junie Browning's at.
Phuket.
Your question.
Okay, so here we go. Trivia question for you. Velasquez is a two-time All-American wrestler, Arizona State, alongside C.B. Dollaway and
Efren Escudero? I failed it, didn't I?
Come on, we just talked about him.
Miguel Angel Torres.
No, Arizona State wrestler. We just talked about him. 205.
Oh, dude, wait a second. Ryan Bader, baby.
Darth.
Ryan Darth.
Darth.
That is it.
Wow. Fail.
Yeah, I failed.
Okay.
Will women's MMA ever have enough impact to create a division in the UFC?
No, not in the UFC, but I think what we talked about, it wasn't Invictus, yes. I think with that, if that can grow, and it has a potential to, then if Dana White, the Fertitta brothers, if they can see that it has an impact and it has a draw. So I don't know how many seconds I have. If you go back to Strikeforce, Misha Tate versus Ronda Rousey, I got 4 seconds. It only drew in about 344,000 people compared to Cain Velasquez, or dang it. I hate that stupid buzzer.
Who will stop John Bones Jones?
It's my turn.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that to me.
My bad.
Okay.
Give it to me.
I don't have a question. Go.
Who will stop John Bones Jones?
At this moment, I don't know if there's anybody that's capable of doing so. I know there's a couple up and coming. I'm not taking anything away from the 205-pounders that are up there right now, but I don't know if anybody has the focus, the drive, the mental fortitude that this guy has. He's just too good right now.
Did I have a follow-up question? Because this is the best question out there.
All right.
Chael Sonnen, if he gets beat by Anderson Silva has one fight left on his contract. Do you put Anderson Silva against John Bones Jones in a super fight?
Well, that'd be great, but that's not going to happen. I mean, what's it going to do for Anderson Silva if he's only got one fight left? I mean, it's a stupid thing for him. He doesn't want to fight John Jones. He's 185 pounds. That's where he's comfortable at fighting. So,
but he's come up to 205 in the past.
For one guy that he knew he was going to, then you saw run, Forrest, run.
But you don't think because he walks around at about, what, 220? That he can't sit there and fight at 205 against John Jones?
It's not that he can't. It's that he won't. There's nothing in it for him.
Nothing to gain.
Except one paycheck, but I don't think Anderson's... Okay, John Jones, Anderson Silva, I'm calling John Jones again. Anderson Silva is amazing, but I think John Jones is too young, he's learning too fast. He is a prodigy. He is going to be pound for pound. I hate that stupid buzzer.
Alrighty. We have a special guest in the house.
Let's talk the rest of our show. We have...
and we never gave away any DVD.
Oh, fifth caller.
I'll give the first caller. Because I don't have time. We don't have time to take too many calls.
All right. Go ahead, give out the phone number.
Phone number 501-492-5576.
Dang it, I was going to put it on my Facebook.
501-492-5576.
Do it again. 501-492.
And we'll give the second one away online.
5576.
5576. First caller, get through. We got a DVD for you from the past. We have Valentine's Massacre DVD to give away. Great fights. I commented. Oh, and the phone's ringing.
Man, they're too quick.
Take it away, brother.
All right. Well, we're going to give another one online. And you're going to have to go to the fifth round. The fifth round. It's the number 5, TH. The fifth round. We have 71 likes, okay? I want to hit 100 likes. Once we get over 100 likes and you comment on here that Nathan Kirby is better than Craig Black. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
We got a caller on the line, winner of a DVD. Who am I speaking to this morning, sir?
This is Jeremy from Little Rock.
Jeremy from Little Rock. Thanks for tuning in, Jeremy. Craig's going to get all your information. Okay, so you heard us talk. I want to ask you a question. Okay, we didn't get to talk about it. Jeremy, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't get to go to the fans today, so I'm going to talk to you. You have one question, yes or no?
He's a fan.
Do you think that Ben Henderson and Frankie Edgar should fight each other right away?
I don't know. I guess.
No, you're supposed to say no. You're supposed to say no. Okay, everybody has their own opinion, but I'm just sick and tired of rematches. I don't think he deserves it. So anyway, congratulations.
Yeah.
You got a free Valentine's Massacre DVD, and we'll be mailing it to you in the next 2 days.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hang on the line, sir.
Love the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We need more people that love the show.
Special
Okay,
guest in the house.
Yeah, we got a special guest. All right, so here we go. It's 10:51. We are 3 minutes past our health and fitness break, so we're going to get this going. We've got about 8 minutes to rock this out. I got a special guest and a special friend. I've got a mentor of mine. If people follow me on Facebook, you can follow me. Look up facebook.com/KirbyMMA. I have been putting a lot of stuff out there. I want to be a motivational speaker. I'm a martial arts instructor, and I love teaching kids. And I put on there the other night that I want to be your mentor. And the reason why is because one of our founders of a company that I got into had a video, and they were talking about this video on Facebook, and I posted this video on my Facebook. So go watch this. And he talked about, he's one of the founders of this company called Visalis, and his name is Nick Sarnicola. He's going to be here in Little Rock next Friday at the Peabody, which is most exciting. I've got to meet him in person in Atlanta. But anyway, Nick Sarnicola, one of the founders of Visalis, I think he's the CEO or CMO, Blake Mallon CMO. Anyway, talking about what a mentor is. And so Nick Sarnicola mentored Blake Mallon, who is the CMO of Visalis, and called him up in his dorm room one time and said, did you contact 3 people today? And he didn't. And so he ended up making a phone call. It changed his whole life. Long story short, he had a mentor. One of my mentors is here in the house. His name is James Abbey. He is a 2-star ambassador for this company, Visalis, which, listen, I'm not here to throw anything down your throat. Listen, we're all opinion-based anyway. That's what this show is all about. This product, this company, James has changed my life. And James, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So here we go. Craig's in the other room. He is chomping at the bit to start this 90-day challenge. We know that Craig has a competition coming up at a certain weight class, and he said as soon as that is over, he's going to drop down to 185 pounds. He's over 200 some odd pounds. He's going to have to drop 40 pounds to hit 185. One of my buddies from church in Sherwood, he's dropped 40 pounds already since Christmas, and this has been amazing. So I'm going to give everybody the airtime real quick to tell us what you've done, tell us your story, tell us how much you and your wife has lost, but give us a quick rundown of you.
Okay, great. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here this morning. A good friend of mine introduced me to the 90-day challenge by Visalis back in October of 2010. I got started on it in November of 2010. We got our products in, and we are eager and chomping at the bit to get started. And what happened was, I was a police officer for several years, and and got away from it, and started steadily getting out of shape due to some injuries and so forth. And I knew I needed to lose some weight, so I saw this opportunity right from the get-go. So I got on the product. I wanted to see if the product would work. So I didn't work out or anything. I just followed the meal plan. We know that 90% of it's nutrition. So we followed the simple meal plan. We got on the Body by Vice shakes, 2 a day, a simple meal, a couple snacks, and it literally has changed our lives. The first 90-day challenge, my goal was to just simply follow the plan, and lost 34 pounds. My wife lost 15, and she lost several inches. So did I, but we repeated the process, and at the end of that 90 days, and did another 90-day challenge, found the same system, lost an additional 20. My wife lost another 12, and just a lot of inches. We knew this. We were feeling better. We had more energy and so forth. So at the end of that 90-day challenge, I made a commitment to start working out. I started doing a bunch of cardio and so forth on a daily basis, just easing into it. And during that next 90 days, didn't think I was going to get involved in lifting weights and stuff again. Little did I know, but met a good friend of mine, personal trainer. It's also promoted in the Body by Vi, and we just started working out together, and dropped another 54 pounds. So lost over 90 plus pounds in my first year on the product. My wife's lost 84 pounds now, and we're loving the 90-day challenge, Kirby. The shakes are phenomenal. I get asked all the time, why do the shakes work so good? And, you know, I think it all goes back to what we promote. We promote a 90-day challenge. One thing that's lacking in this country is commitment. And this challenge, it makes you, it drives you to set a goal, drives you to set a commitment to get healthy again. Our fast food industry out there, I mean, it's crazy. You look around, you see people eating all this stuff, and we fell into this trap too, and it's just they're damaging their bodies, and they're not even thinking about it. It's a culture that has been forced on us, and we need to take that back to, you know, get our health back. And that's what we're about. We're about a 90-day challenge that promotes health and fitness, and it drives people to set a commitment to get their health back, to restore their health. And this product is absolutely amazing. It's helping fighters. I know you have a couple fighters that's lost weight for their competitions and so forth.
I had kids lose. We had Nagas. February 25th, we had Naga, Oklahoma City. I had 13, 14, 15 kids go. And to hit a certain weight class, I mean, this is the way it is. I'm not one for kids starving themselves and nasty stuff like that. This wasn't a starvation. This was, they got to have a shake after training at night. They did it for 2 nights straight. One kid lost 8 pounds. A kid, he was 13 years old, and he was able to compete in a lower weight class at the highest weight he was. I mean, he weighed in at 114 pounds. He was over 120 pounds when he first started, and he got a fight at the 100 to 115 pound division. This just benefited them, and so the parents are loving this. So it's, you know, my story real quick before I cut you off. The reason why I did this was I didn't want to do this. First of all, I'm telling you, I ignored James a couple of times. I said, first of all, I don't have time for this. I don't want to talk to you. You know, this was not what I wanted to do. Even though just 4 days before he came to me, I started my own little diet, right? Listen, I've owned a fitness center. I've been a trainer, martial arts instructor. I've been everything. I've been on the top of the fight list. You know, I mean, you know, the body, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm getting up there. I was going to give my age, but I'm getting up there. I don't have that same metabolism I used to have, and you know, so hard. And when you suffer from injuries from training over and over, it takes you down a notch. You know, it takes you down, so you're a little more sedative, and so you can't eat the same things that I was eating. It's all about those, you know, making that self-control, choosing what I was putting into my body. But I didn't care what I put in. I was over 270 pounds when I first started this, and when we had Kingdom Promotions February 11th, I weighed 230 pounds. I was told by a lot of people I looked too skinny.
Yeah, well, because I'm 225 and you're like 4 inches taller than me, and it was like, dude.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get that. I didn't mean to, but what had happened, I was doing 2 shakes a day because I was so busy. I didn't have time. Sometimes I forget, so it was great. I still needed to eat, so I put a shake in my body, 2 shakes a day. Boom, man, I was down so low, and I've got dysmorphia pretty bad in my mind, so I already feel like I'm the skinniest person in the room. Even when I was 250 pounds of rock solid sexiness, I felt super skinny. So I've gained 10 more pounds. I put 10 pounds back on me, about 240, because this is where I want to stay. So now I'm going to the gym and I'm feeling great. And I'm loving this. I've lost so much weight. My wife, she's 119 pounds. First time she's been under 120 pounds in 5 years. She's lost 11 inches doing this. And she just does a shake because she wasn't able to eat lunch because her schedule is so busy. So she was skipping lunch, and it's not healthy. So anyway, I'm saying.
Well, and you said something there too. Most people that are buying lunch or on the go, they're spending on an average of $7 to $10 out here in these fast food places in damaging their body. We're talking,
McNasty.
Less than $4 a day for 2 meals. Folks, that saves on your grocery bill. The shakes are very affordable.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to talk about New Breed Judo Club next week. I didn't get a chance to talk about that, but we're going to talk about that next week. But we're running out of time. Right now, what I want you to do, I want you to go to my website. This is going to help you out. You're going to learn a lot of stuff. Craig's going to be able to tell you about it. You can learn more about James, learn more about what's coming here to the Peabody next Friday. It's in Kirby Body by Vi. It's BODY BYVI. Bodybyvi.com. Kirby.bodybyvi.com. Go check it out. You want to get on this. You want to lose weight. You want to get healthy. That's great. I became a distributor so I can help other people, and I'm loving this. This has been a great awesome to my life. Craig, thanks a lot, buddy.
Man, it's going to be fantastic. I do start my 90-day challenge at the end of the month. I've got a tournament. I'm fighting at 225. It will be the last time I ever see over 200 pounds, because I'm telling you right now, my goal is to the next time I fight in a Naga tournament, will be at 189 pounds. I will be there.
I know. I told everybody, and I'm excited for you. Craig is starting his 90-day challenge. He's going to be starting his 90-day challenge next Friday when Nick Sarnicola comes to town.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting out of here.
Thanks, James Abbey, for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've been a part of the fifth round, and we shall see you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
5-minute round of war at very high pace.
It is the one we have